Happy Valentine's month, Moose.
Happy Valentine's to you too, Goose.
What does Valentine's Day and trains have in common?
I don't know what it does have in
They're,
common.
they're all about making connections. Yeah, so I mentioned about Valentine's Day and trains, eh? It's about making connections,
Yep,
and there's a number of different connections. There's the couplings, right?
the
You got
knuckles,
the coupling, right?
chain
So
link,
yeah,
lock,
the,
link and pin.
the chain link, so like the ball and chain.
Mm,
If you get coupled up with someone for Valentine's Day, you can call them your ball and chain. Maybe not.
Nah,
And then there's signals. You get maybe mixed signals, or you get a clear signal, right? If you get coupled up, you've got a clear signal with someone, and then you've got lines just intersecting just perfectly as
yep.
well. And sometimes if you miss that signal, you end up standing on the platform wondering what could have been. So there you go. That's what trains and Valentine's Day have in common. In case you hadn't thought about that before, it's a bit of a stretch, but there we are.
Y-
Sometimes we have to stretch.
You learn something new
So
every
yeah,
day.
we're lucky
Good
enough
job.
to have some really nice models here
Indeed.
for Valentine's Day. We've got the 53-foot Rapido Husky Stack well car with the Canadian Tire C cans rotating on it. And then we have an Atlas N scale boxcar, and we have the from Aurora Miniatures TTX boxcar. And what's unique about them is that these are the pink ones, right? These are the ones that TTX put out for breast cancer, a number of years ago, on track for a cure. And what's really cool about these is not just the bright color of them. We don't see a lot of pink in railroading, hey?
Yeah.
But it's also the logo, that track loop, the ribbon, forms the breast cancer awareness ribbon. Just the cancer awareness ribbon. So that's really unique.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. So sort of a two-purpose meaning here for the Valentine's episode: cancer awareness and the pink and red for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Pink always reminds me of strawberry or cherry ice cream.
Pink reminds me of Barbie.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, or the singer Pink too. Yeah.
Or Rosie from Thomas and Friends.
Oh, Rosie. There you go. There's a train connection, right? Pink, Rosie for Thomas and Friends. Yeah. Do you have Rosie?
No, I don't have a Bachman model, but
No.
I have a Thomas Winter Railway of her.
Oh, neat. The neat thing about railroading and those connections that I talk about that we made with railroading. There's the magic of model railroading. There's the mechanical aspect of model railroading, and there's the memory of model railroading too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get into model railroading, Matt?
Oh, I simply started off with Lego trains as a kid,
Oh yeah, neat.
but as time went on, I wanted to start actually doing model trains.
Yeah.
So I started with Lino at first. That died away pretty quickly. Then N scale in 2017. Then that also died down.
Mm.
Then like 2 years later in 2019, I've officially decided to stick with HO scale.
So you kind of went to two different extremes before you settled on the middle, right?
Kind
You're
of like
like the three bears. No, Goldilocks.
Goldilocks in the three. Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
We should call you Goldilocks instead of Moose.
Not too big, not too small, just the size of Montreal.
Yeah, right. That's pretty big. That would be garden scale.
True.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good reasoning. I think that's how we all sort of get to that HO scale eventually, is that we
Mhm.
dabble in different scales, and
Until we find the one that suits us good.
that's right. So yeah, I got started in HO, so I've always been into HO actually, and only recently have started dabbling in N scale with hex track. But going all the way back to when I was a kid, it was double O scale, so similar to HO scale, but it's the British OO scale, right? That my uncle got me into with his old Triang set of locomotives, and he had the old Triang track, vintage track, and I can almost smell it. I can still the smell of it set up in his spare room, um, with his the loop of track, of his vintage track, and the locomotives that were like spitting, spitting and sparking, and the smell of the oil, the lubricant that had been sitting around for a while. And this is back in the sort of the early 1980s. So even then they were 30 years old because they were about 1957, 58 that they came out. And so it's that memory that I have of model railroading that still sticks with me, right? So, um, with yourself too, you watched a lot of Thomas, eh?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of good memories about Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Almost 20 years.
exactly, right?
This
So
year marks 20 years of me discovering that show.
yeah, that's a great show. So there's those memories that we make with model railroading, and it's part of the magic of it too, right? It's not just memories. Memories and magic, they both tie together. The magic of model railroading, it's that imagination of where is the train going? What is it carrying? Uh, what story is it telling? And I think that's what draws us all into model railroading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So our previous podcast, you did the magic of the Titfield Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes us back to the 1860s. That it was, when was it built again? 1830,
The line was built in 1838.
1838. Yeah. So there's almost we're 12 years shy of 200 years of the memories of or when Lion was built. Sorry. Yeah, and 1953 was the movie, so there's a lot of great memories and magic with that as well that people would still have.
Yeah.
I still have to watch the movie. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Some of the locations of the film are still there, either closed off or just gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's of course there's the mechanical aspect of railroading too, right? That draws us in these massive big machines that it seems incredible that you can have these huge monsters that pull all these miles of rolling stock, and they're only operated by two people. It used to be a lot more. It used to have four, or I think even at 1.6 people operating a train, but now it's
Yeah.
down to two. And in some cases, like with belt pack stuff, it's one guy with a remote, right? Standing there
Yeah.
operating this
Just
massive machinery.
yeah, just standing either like on the side of the tracks or just standing on the back of the locomotive, remote control.
Exactly. That's like us with throttles at the train club or on our personal layouts running this kind of size of model train
Yeah.
without doing any damage except maybe to our, if we accidentally knock something over. Here they are. You've got people that are running these massive monsters with a remote control, just standing on them like that. I mean, that's railroading. That's model railroading
Yeah.
at the one-to-one scale in its finest, right? So
Yeah.
I can't believe how incredible that must feel to be in the control of this massive machine
Yeah.
when you're standing there with a remote control. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so the correct me if I'm wrong. The belt pack locomotives, they're the ones that always have an orange flashing light on it, right?
I believe for those beacon lights on the top, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you ever see a locomotive with a beacon light
Just flashing away.
flashing on top, that's a belt pack. That's a remote controlled locomotive, which is incredible to think that they could be done like that.
Like I have seen plenty of CP remote control moments.
Oh yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah, that would be, yeah. Just,
Like I still remember going to my very first train show. This is like in the second grade. My second grade mind just got blown. Like so many trains.
yeah, and that was our local uh, train show every 2 years that we have. That's Thunder on Rails, right?
Yeah,
Was that the one? Yeah,
we had one like a few months ago.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
it was
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I remember one of the guys, Harry, Terry Moore,
yeah.
he let me drive one of his trains,
Yeah.
and I was on the cover of the newspaper with a picture of me driving one of his
Oh,
trains.
cool.
I have no idea what's in that newspaper. That's like
Yeah.
old. Yeah.
So yeah, those great memories that you have of getting into model railroading, right? And I think that's what keeps us into it. That's the memories of how we were as kids. I remember when I was a kid, we lived maybe a mile, a couple of kilometers, maybe from the CN main line in Winnipeg. And my parents and I and my sister would ride our bikes all the way down to the CN main line and back home again. But we would stop and wait for a train to come by. And I remember one of my very first rail fanning photos, if you can call it that, was me maybe 6 or 7 years old, maybe eight, taking a picture of the Canadian coming
Woo!
through with some F7s
Oh,
in the
classic.
lead. Yeah, with the blue and yellow livery.
Oh,
And that's a vivid memory that I still have. And I remember also taking a picture of a freight train that had the open auto racks too.
oh God, those.
Yeah, you're like I can't imagine an open auto rack now because I can't imagine the amount of vandalism that happened to all the
Oh,
vehicles. Hey,
and like weather as
I
well.
never
Mm,
considered that. Yeah, you're right.
especially hail.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's true. The amount of damage just done by Mother Nature to vehicles on the trains with the open auto racks, I had never considered that. I always thought it was because of, I'm sorry to say, it's cynical of me to think that it was vandalism, which was the reason the railways went to the enclosed auto racks, right? But a lot of it
but
was
weather as well.
weather too. Yeah, absolutely. You don't want damaged vehicles showing up to the dealership damaged by hail or snow or sleet
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, and the amount of cleaning that they would have had to do to clean the cars up when they got there.
Yeah, there is a video of the called history of autoracks by this YouTuber called Winnipeg Railfan. I would check out a video on his channel.
Winnipeg Railfan. Yeah, we'll put the link either in the description or if I can put it up above. Yeah, and that magic of model railroading too, right? Our love, tying it all in with our love of why we got into trains. I mean, you think of the imagination, like this. You and I went to Canada's Wonderland, or not Canada's
Little
Wonderland,
Canada.
Little Canada. Sorry, we went to Little
I'm sorry.
roller coasters or trains.
They run on tracks.
Exactly.
And there's also train rides. Well, depending
There
on
are, yeah.
depending
Like
on the ride quad.
I, I'm having some flashbacks to. So Robin, my wife, loves roller coasters, and she dragged me onto the Yukon Striker. It did loops and all sorts of stuff. I felt so sick coming off of that.
What a
Behemoth is fun though. I really like Behemoth, but I can only handle maybe one roller coaster. We went on about four or five, and it was so hot, and I felt so sick.
oh dear.
Man. Anyway, yeah, roller coasters are trains. So there's other magic I hadn't even thought about, the magic of roller coasters,
Yeah.
right? So maybe that has something to do with it too. We have that memory of riding roller coasters as kids,
Yeah.
and that brings us along to model railroading in
Yeah.
later in life, right?
Yeah, I still remember though the old roller coaster at Chippewa Park all
Oh
those
yeah,
years ago.
that was a fun one. Yeah,
Ugh, that about Little Canada.
Little Canada.
Let's get back to that.
We digress. Yes, Little Canada, the magic of Little Canada, just the imagination of Little Canada. The gentleman who had the vision to start that because of his love of modeling and the amount of people that go through there and school kids and well children and families in general that go through and check it out in downtown Toronto. I mean, it's amazing. You don't have to be a model railroader to enjoy it, right? And it's not just about the trains. I mean, the Rogers Center that they have, the scale sized HO scale Rogers Center, the roof opens and closes.
Huh.
All the little people that are in there, all the animation that they do, the lighting effects,
And the little cars and trucks and such they drive around.
exactly on the Faller car system. Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah.
use. Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. So
That's
all that imagination that draws us into this little world
yeah.
that we create, right? It's like we have control over. our own little world of model railroading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little Canada's not as big as the biggest layout in what, Germany? Is that
yeah,
because it is in the Guinness World Records?
yeah.
So
But
um,
yeah, you're right. The one in Germany is massive. They have cruise ships that are actually running along in real water.
and an airport,
Oh, that's right, and they have an airport.
different planes,
Yeah,
and a Millennium Falcon on the
yeah.
rare occasion. Actually,
So, most importantly, with model railroading and our love of model railroading this Valentine's Day or this Valentine's month is the connections that we make with people, right? The friends that we make along the way with the hobby.
yeah,
It's because of model railroading that you and I know each other.
yeah, we've
Yeah,
known each other for like half a decade already,
yeah, at least 5 years. Yeah,
5 to 6 years.
yeah, yeah. I remember when you first came over. I'd met you at our old location when we were used to meet in the little bookstore, the
Yeah,
bookshelf.
at the bookshelf.
Yeah, and then you came over with your mom to have a look at some. You're wanting to sell some of your O scale lino stuff.
Yeah, and you helped me with that.
Helped you price those out. So, and then we've just built that friendship from there. So, we're
Yeah,
both part of the Thunder Bay Model Railroaders now, and meet at the club and have lots of fun. So, that's the most important part of model railroading are the friendship connections that you make
mm,
along the way, right?
yep,
So, and the new
both,
memories.
yep, both young and old,
Absolutely.
all ages.
It's still a hobby that's still catching fire with a lot of young people coming up, and hope to see it continue. So,
Indeed.
absolutely. Yeah. So, thanks for joining us this week on
Uh,
Moose and Goose. Happy Valentine's Day, and go Canada! Yeah! I think I'm going to turn the fire off.
Is it me or is it getting hot in here?
So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I will take my clothes off.
Oh my god.